Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. What a beautiful evening it is here this evening. It's probably about 22, 24, so no fleece for me this evening. It's a little bit earlier as well, it's about 6 o'clock. And I thought I'm going to push it, it's dinner time, and I thought I'm going to push the boat out tonight. Yeah, I know, you can see I'm outside the, it's the Grand, isn't it? The Grand, I mean, you know, okay, it's okay, isn't it? So I'm thinking maybe I've booked obviously, a 5-course meal, Dom Perignon champagne in the ice bucket, caviar, I mean the whole lot. I mean, I'm at Brighton, here's the Grand. I mean, why not? You know, I don't often come down here, it's a beautiful day. I'm feeling flush, and I thought, yeah, let's have a 5-course meal at the Grand and see what the experience is about. Aha. But he's a YouTuber, how can he possibly afford something like that? And you're absolutely right, I'm not having dinner at the Grand. I'm actually on a mission. I want to find a Chinese restaurant because I really fancy a Chinese tonight, something different. I haven't had one, I don't think I've had a Chinese since my trip to Cyprus for my daughter's wedding, and that was absolutely amazing. But I'd like a Chinese. I've had a look online, there's lots of Chinese restaurants. I couldn't make up my mind. So I thought I'm going to go old school, wing it and just walk. I did see one back up there, I think. It looked quite nice. So I'm just going to wing it, old school, have a walk, see what we can see. Hopefully I'll find a Chinese restaurant. Hopefully you can join me for dinner and we'll see what the Chinese food's like down here. So as always, sorry about that. Let's take a look. Well, here is the Grand. And you know when they've got revolving doors, it's posh, don't you? I don't think I'm going to go in because they'll probably throw me out. It does look, you've got lines either side. The Grand in Brighton. These premises have been approved by East Sussex County Council for the solemnisation of marriages. You can get married here. This does look rather posh, doesn't it? But I'm just a humble YouTuber. For me, it's Chinese tonight. Wow, conservatory restaurant. Okay, Kevin, stop dreaming. Okay, let's find a Chinese restaurant. I'm sure there's one up here. There's the i360. I think hopefully you've watched that previous video. That was quite an experience. So let's continue. Let's find, mind you, it really is posh here, isn't it? My goodness me. I wonder if it's a Grand a night to stay in the Grand. I don't know. I'm not even going to look. So let's wander up and let's see if we can find this Chinese restaurant that I did spot the other day. Let's take a look. Now this one's getting closer to the budget. Metropole Doubletree by Hilton. But I'm very happy with my humble little room. Very happy indeed. Oh, and I need to do a costings. I'll do that tomorrow probably. Or maybe later this evening we'll do a costings. And it's very reasonable considering August is the most expensive time to travel anywhere. Overseas or in the United Kingdom. Hotels and transport, certainly flights abroad, everything's so expensive, so I was very pleased with the deal that I got. I'm going to have some good memories of that trip earlier today. So I'm not sure if I'm going the right direction, but I definitely saw what looked like a very nice Chinese restaurant. Let's continue. Well, I think I'm actually going in the wrong direction. I'll go a little bit further up. It certainly wouldn't mean any more further up, but I'll have a little look. If it's not here, I'll go back the other way. So let's just take one last look up here, see if it's up here. I certainly saw a restaurant, but it might be behind me the other way. So I think that's the way I need to be going. But just taking a little look at the Regency here, that looks like a very nice restaurant, seafood restaurant. And then next door, the Pinello Mediterranean restaurant, that looks nice as well. I don't want Mediterranean, I fancied Chinese tonight. Okay, let's just have one last look up here, see what we can see. Well, I think I might have found it. Preston Street, China Garden. I'm sure this is what I saw, but I'm not even sure it's open. Oh no, I think people are going in. I'm probably going to find I'm out of luck. You need a reservation and all that sort of thing. It's a possibility. We can go in there and ask. China Garden. have a look at the menu. I'd like to have a look at the menu first. Let's go in and see if we can have a look at the menu. Well, I'm a little bit disappointed. In fact, I'm heartbroken. I've been destroyed. I really fancy the Chinese tonight. Maybe it'll still happen, I don't know. But I went in there, she was happy for me to look at the menu. The prices are there. And she came over and spoke to me. I'm going to cross over without getting run over. Thank you. But everything on the menu, every item was sort of £15. And there's 3 items that I wanted, and £45 for a meal, which is I just can't justify that on these trips. You know, I simply just can't justify that. It just breaks the budget completely. So I need to be a little bit more modest and a bit sensible. I try to be sensible. So I'm disappointed, but I'm walking back down towards the pier now. I would have liked that, but as I say, everything was £15 and you want 3 items, it's £45, you're going to tip, it's £50. That's just not my budget. Not at the moment. Maybe if I've become a very successful YouTuber, then I can have, you know, expensive meals and stay at posh hotels. I'm quite happy with where I'm staying, and I'm quite happy with the meals that I buy. But I wanted something a little bit more exciting for you guys to see, something different. I'll probably end up having fish and chips again. It was good. I mean, comfortably within budget. A really tasty meal. So delicious and very filling. I don't know. I'll go down towards the pier. I'll see what I can see. I'm disappointed, but, you know, where are we? We're in Brighton. We're right on the seafront. You know, you're paying for the location like you would anywhere. If you're in London, Park Lane or somewhere, you're going to pay triple, quadruple the price because of where you are. And I guess it's a bit like that here. So fair enough. I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, if it's beyond my budget at the moment, it's beyond my budget. So I need to be a little bit more humble and sensible. So I will continue down to the pier and see what we can see. I'll get to eat at some point. Well, I walked along, there's the pier over there, and here's East Street, which I was interested in coming to anyway later this evening to do another little video, because this is where some of the scenes from the film, the iconic film Quadrophenia, were filmed. And it looks quite interesting. Perhaps if I go in town more, it might get a little bit more affordable, the meal options. And as I say, they filmed Quadrophenia, so I'm going to have a wander down here and let's take a look. This looks like quite a busy little street. And over there is Quadrophenia Alley. That's the shop that sells all the ephemera for Quadrophenia, which I was hoping to go in there. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Be interesting to see. Quadrophenia Alley. We'll have a look down there later. I'm not going to show you it now. Wow, so some of the fight scenes were filmed down there. But right now it's about getting something to eat, so let me look and let me see. And literally dead ahead there is the entrance to the Royal Pavilion, which is another little spot I'd like to show you tomorrow. But foodie wise, I can't actually see anything that jumps out and shouts at me. I mean, that looks lovely over there, the Sussex Arms. It looks busy too. Looks nice. Oh, this is a lovely little square, this is, isn't it? Under the canopy of the tree. Sussex Arms. Looks really nice. Wow. House restaurant. Hermit room. Does look nice. 2 courses. 3 courses. So 2 courses, £27. Don't know. Mussels, sustenance, battered haddock. I don't know. It does look nice, but perhaps a bit too posh for me. I'm not that posh. I'm really not. Something nice and simple and affordable, really. It'd be nice to be near the ocean, but at least I've got my bearings now. So we've got the Royal Pavilion up that way. Quadrophenia Alley down that way, so I'll be coming up East Street tomorrow when I've checked out. I check out tomorrow. So, I'm lost. What do I do? I'll just keep looking. Well, I'm scratching my head here. I'm really not sure what to do. I'm getting hungry. I don't want to be walking around the streets of Brighton for another hour. I'll have a little bit more of a walk towards the pier there, have a little look over there, see if I can see anything. And another copy strike. This is a guy riding a bike playing a beatbox. As you do, only in Brighton. Let me show you. I do hope I'm not going to get a copyright strike, but there you are, he's riding around with a huge beatbox on the back of his bike. Yeah, only in Brighton. So I may well end up going back and having the fish and chips again. It was so good, it's such good value, I really enjoyed it. So why not? I know you're going to hate me for it. But on the plus side, I have found East Street, which leads me on to the Royal Pavilion, which I want to do tomorrow anyway, and Quadrophenia Alley, which I've had a look at. It looks a bit scary actually. I think there was a fight scene in it. Quadrophenia, look it up if any of you have not seen Quadrophenia, made in 1974 I think it was, or 1979. But anyway, an amazing film, quite violent, but what goes on, it depicts what went on between the mods and the rockers in the 60s and the 70s. It's quite a hard-hitting film. It's an iconic film actually. I remember seeing it and thinking wow. But that was filmed all around here, all around Brighton, and certainly some of the scenes were made in Quadrophenia Alley, and there's a little ephemera shop there we'll have a look in as well tomorrow. So I'll have a little wander down to the pier. Also, someone was telling me quite a lot of the Carry On movies were made in Brighton, so that's worth thinking about. But yeah, I mean, it's an amazing place, but I don't want to wander for ages. I've found a nice place. I had a lovely meal last night, well within budget. You know, I'm just not in a position to start spending £50 on a meal. And some of those restaurants haven't got much character. I like to be right near the ocean as well, and that fish restaurant, fish and chips restaurant, is right by the ocean, and it's very close to my hotel, so I can get back and do some editing. I'll just have a look down here. Don't hate me if I go back and have fish and chips again. I'm just hungry. Right, let's continue. Well, there's some certainly beautiful, architecturally beautiful buildings in Brighton. Stunning, in fact. But some of them could certainly do with a facelift. There's lots of peeling paint there, rust. But what an amazing building with an amazing view, looking directly over to the ocean. Wow. Well, I've been walking and walking and walking, getting more and more hungry. My energy levels are sapping. I've looked at burgers, possibly pizzas. I just don't like the look of the restaurant. It just doesn't feel comfortable. So I've gravitated back to Buddy's, where I had fish and chips last night. It was so good. It's within budget. It's a proper meal. It was superb fish and chips. I'm thinking, do I want to chance another fish and chip shop for about the same price that's perhaps not as good, whereas I know this one is good. So look, if you don't want to see me eat fish and chips, look away now. I'm going to get some food. Well, the food's arrived. It's just not working out quite so nicely this evening. What's he got? He's given me a plain sausage. I asked for a battered sausage, but the fish looks good. Plenty of chips. Don't know what the idea of the salad is for fish and chips. When did that get invented? And rather annoyingly, there's a group of 3 girls. One of them stormed off. They're having a row. One of them's thrown a drink over one of the others. She's stormed off. She's probably going to come out at the moment and throw something else over the other girl. So they're very loud, obnoxious. But it doesn't matter. You know, hey ho, these things happen. I'm going to enjoy my meal. I'm not going to vlog the whole meal. I'm just going to enjoy my meal, get back to my hotel and do some editing. So there you are. Let me have this meal and I'll come back to you. Oh my goodness, can you hear them? These girls are so obnoxious. Clearly had too much to drink, can't hold their drink. It's like a scene from the Victorian gin alley. I mean, it's just dreadful. But the food's quite good. So I'll have my food, get back to the peace of my sanctuary, my hotel. I'll pick up some supplies, a few more drinks to put in the fridge, and relax. It's just unfortunate. It could happen anywhere. You could be paying £100 a head and still have 3 ladies round. You can probably hear them. Honestly. There we go. Well, thankfully, eventually those obnoxious ladies left. I mean, oh, absolutely dreadful. Hello. Seagulls have appeared. Scraps. I could probably get one land on my table in a minute. But sometimes that's just how it works out. I did look for a restaurant. I am constricted by diet. Should be constricted by that. I'm constricted by the constraints of budget, which I guess we all are. You know, I'm not here on a jolly up. You know, once a year trip, spend what I like. It's not like that. I'm making videos for YouTube and I have to be mindful of the budget. But I found a nice restaurant. I found it yesterday. I had great breakfast here, great fish and chips, the best I think I've ever had. And here I'll come back here tonight. I've got obnoxious ladies shouting and swearing and throwing drinks over each other. My order was incorrect. I asked for a batter sausage, I got a plain sausage. It's come with salad. I mean, who has salad with fish and chips? And the cod was overcooked. The batter wasn't just crispy. You almost needed a pneumatic drill to get through to the fish. So it's all gone a bit wrong, and sometimes things do go a bit wrong. You know, when you're travelling quite a lot and trying different restaurants and eateries. Normally I'm happy to do a full food review and bring a bit of pleasure and interest to you guys. And that's what I'm here for. Oh, hello. Oh. But sometimes it doesn't work out, and this is just one of those occasions. So not to worry. I'm going to get some supplies for my fridge and drink and go back and do some editing. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, everybody. And as I always say, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoy watching my videos, good or bad, they're not often bad. If you enjoy watching my videos, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notification when I upload new videos. This pushes the video out to other people who might be interested in visiting Brighton and chancing their luck on one of these restaurants. And also helps my channel grow. Many thanks, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. Good night.